SZA. Okay, so I found out I'm not like a big pop music kind of person, but I like Doja Cat a lot. And SZA has, collaborated with Doja Cat, and I really, I don't know, I thought her voice was just, it really stood out to me. And I was like, okay, this is a new album that just came out. I'll give it a shot. And it's a long album. Like that is definitely like very apparent from the track list. There's 23 tracks on this song or in this album, but they are so varied, and it really just sort of exemplifies her range. And that's something I really like about her. You get like pop earworms like Kill Bill, like that chorus, I just killed my boyfriend or I just killed my ex, that gets stuck in your head. But you get songs like Smoking on My X Pack that are just a straight, hip hop song. You get F2F, which is like it's like a rock ballad. Like it's almost like a mid 2000s like pop rock song. Nobody Gets Me is, I mean, for lack of a better word, it's almost like a Taylor Swift song. Um, and then you get some pretty good uh like features on this album. I really liked Ghost in the Machine from Phoebe Bridgers. Not the biggest Travis Scott fan, but I think he had a pretty good feature on Open Arms. ODB's feature was a little weird, but I liked Forgiveness anyway. And then I Hate You was like, I think it's the big single from this album. Um, and I really liked that song. And Good Days was like just a really surprisingly like emotional R&B song. I think she covers a lot of different genres on this album. Her vocal range is just out of control. Like she can go all over the place. And I just think her songwriting is really excellent. This is definitely the most known album on this list. Um, I had to look up a couple of the other albums on Bandcamp, um, but I really like this one. I would definitely listen to more of her, and in fact, I did. I think she's really talented.
Yeah, I'm a huge SZA fan, Tim, so I'm glad you chose this one. This was actually my it came in right at the end of the year, but it made my number one album of the year. So I
No
was
kidding.
looking forward to this album for several years because it's been a while since we've gotten like a full release from her.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean everything you said, man, I think it like the album is really super varied, like a lot more varied than like her last or first album. Um, and really like the pop punk like turn that it takes with F2F. Um, I jammed in that song in my car like all the time. And it's also like a workout song for me. It's like I'm getting ready to like go up and wait or something like that. And it's just like a fuck yeah, like ready to go sort of song. But yeah, I love this album. It is on the longer side. I definitely agree with that. I think there's like a lot of these songs had come out throughout the year. So I think she just tacked them on at the end of the album to just have more. Like I guess that's just the thing that a lot of hip hop artists do. Um, but it didn't really bother me. Like I still wanted to like listen to them all together. Like I didn't think they took away from the album. I also at the same time didn't think they added a bunch to the album. But I'm not mad that they're there too. So yeah, I really like this one. So yeah.
Cool. I'll go next. um, yeah, it was a good listen. It's really long. It
Hmm.
was a
Hmm.
long listen. It's not something I normally gravitate towards, but yeah, I do appreciate like how you said how varied it was. That I do like that, and she's a good performer. I saw her live once at Coachella a long time ago, and I remember I've told Doug this a million times, I feel like, but I just remember she talked so much during her set. Like it was just like, are you gonna go play the music again? I kept on like thinking of that. Like, and the show was so like when she played the music, and she was just like, she's like always just complained, like look at me now, everybody. I'm at Coachella. And like people used to bully me in high school, and she just would like rant and rant and like complain about all these things. It was so, but I think that that emotion she has channels into her work. You know what I mean? So good for her. I probably won't return to it, but if it's on somewhere, I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I really like this album. It was, you know, a long time coming, right? When did her other album Control come out? It was like 2017 or
It was like
something.
a long time ago. We
It's
were
a
like in
really long time
college
Yeah.
ago.
when it came out.
But she's been relevant like ever since, you know, so she does a lot of features, so she's still kind of out there. But this album is awesome, you know, like I think I like the second half of it more than the first half. Like he kind of the first half feels more a little more traditional, a little more R&B, and then you know then it just kind of makes a left turn at F2F, and um yeah, that song is awesome. I love that song. So yeah, I didn't some of this come out before too. Like didn't Good Days come out
Yeah, like
earlier? I was
I
confused about that.
I Hate You, Good Days shirt was already out.
Yeah.
Um, but then like all the basically all the tracks leading up to like track 19. Oof, it is a long album. It is a long album. Are all new basically. And then there's some other new ones under that, but
It's
yeah.
hard for me to like keep all the tracks straight. I like recognize them when I hear them, but they're also short that and there's so many of them that it's hard for me to like remember what each one is. But you know, it's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back and listen to this a lot. I listen
Yeah.
to this album while well, because I believe that context is important with music, right? Like where you listen to music has a big impact. I've listened to this album while playing Shadow of Mordor, and I was slaughtering orcs while listening to
That's awesome.
classics like Ghost in the Machine and F2F, Good Days.
I
So yeah,
love that. I love
Doug,
it.
didn't you say that she had like a didn't she have like a voice scare or something?
So yeah, so she had there was like it wasn't I don't know if it was a rumor or if she went on Instagram and said it. She's also much like Matt said, she's a very emotional person and
A little dramatic
sometimes
kind of person.
sometimes it comes out as her being dramatic and she is. And I think she did make like an announcement that like she would be taking a step back or like retiring because her voice was messed up. Um I don't know. It sounded like it was like really similar to the John Mayer thing when his voice like changed and like he couldn't like his singing voice is basically different. It's
And he
I don't know.
started doing country.
Yeah. That's why he switched. But now she's back. I'm actually seeing her. I'm seeing her this coming month. She'll be here in Chicago on the 22nd. So yeah.
What?
Of February.
Oh,
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, I gotta say it. 22nd of February at the United Center. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, they're hella expensive. But
let us know if you're gonna be there in the comments.
yeah, let us know if you'll be there.
yeah,
Well, Doug,
she's huge. That'll be a fun show.
I'm really glad that you know a lot about SZA because, like I said, I'm not a big pop music guy. I don't listen to a whole lot of like top 40 music. And yeah, I mean, just hearing this album and just hearing the absolute like craftsmanship and range in this, it really opened my eyes. You know, I was surprised. I was really surprised how talented of a musician she was. Um, and you know, I'm definitely going to listen to more of this. Like, if this is a hard recommend from you, then I'm definitely going to listen to more of SZA. I was a big fan.
Oh, Control is awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
Control
cool.
is
It's
Control
really
is
good.
next. Yeah.
Yeah.
She also she released like an extended version of Control early last year. So it's got some like I guess things that never made it to the album when she originally released that one back in like 2016, 2017. So
Cool.
yeah, definitely give that one a listen to.
Matt, I definitely agree with you in the second half of the album. was better than the first half of the album. I think the first half, it was like, these are good pop songs. She's talented, but starting on F2F, there was a big turn. And that was really when the huge variety of the songs really started like kicking off. And I kind of wish like, maybe like Kill Bill, Seek and Destroy, Smoking My X Pack, and then you cut the rest of them, and then you start in Ghost Machine towards the end of the album. I think that would have like really pared it down, and I probably would have enjoyed the album a little bit more. But so like altogether, I think it's a great package. I think there was a little bit of fluff in there. I definitely agree with the other Matt. So I can't give it like a 10. But I think there were a lot of really, really excellent standout songs in this album. And overall, I really enjoyed it. I wasn't playing Shadow of Mordor when I was listening to this. I first listened to it at the gym, and F2F really got me. I agree. But no, I just listened to it, driving around, and I think it's great. I would give this a 8.5. It's I don't know if it was my favorite album of last year, but it's definitely up there. I like this album a lot.
I played Shadow of Mordor while I listened to the last album too.
I think I was playing Elden Ring for the fourth time when I listened to some of these too.